On this International Women's Day, Washingtonians are celebrating an equal pay bill. The state legislature passed the Equal Pay Opportunity Act yesterday.
It updates our state's gender pay law for the first time in decades. Angela Russell spoke to State Representative Tana Sen, who sponsored the bill.
Okay, so we're joined now by Representative Tana Sen, and you were the major player in getting this Equal Pay and Opportunity Act finally passed. It must be a great day for you.
This has really been an exciting week, an exciting session. We've been working on this Equal Pay Opportunity Act for the past 4 years, and it updates the 1943 Washington State Equal Pay Law, which has not been updated since then. So it's really been exciting to have the opportunity to bring it into the 21st century.
I mean, the idea that it took 4 years to get this done, what were some of the major barriers that you were finally able to overcome here?
I think at first it was actually even a matter of having people recognize that it was an issue that we needed to address. The first couple years, I would say that that was the biggest hurdle. There was a lot of arguments that equal pay didn't really exist, that the data wasn't there, that this was really more of a choice and an issue of women not negotiating well or not choosing to work full time. And I think over the years it really became more understood about the realities of the wage gap.
So why don't you outline for us what this act changes for folks who live in Washington and how companies will approach compensating people?
So people often have said, oh, we already have laws that make it illegal to pay men and women differently, and that is true. But that is relying on the federal law, which has had some exemptions. It doesn't cover all industries, doesn't cover all size of companies, and doesn't cover all levels of workers. So for instance, it didn't cover supervisors. So this bill makes sure that we have a state policy that is broad and clear to cover all companies and all employees. And then the two major policy changes that are added in this bill is around pay secrecy. So unfortunately, some companies have pay secrecy policies where they prevent employees from discussing their wages. And what we have seen on the national stage, from BBC News to Hollywood and everywhere in between, that a lot of times women don't know they're being paid less than their male counterparts until they discuss it, until they hear about it. So we want to make sure that employees are not prevented from discussing their wages. And then when they find out they're being paid less and they think it's being paid unfairly, that they're not threatened by retaliation on the workforce.
Representative Tana Sen, thank you so much for taking the time. And again, congratulations on the passage of this act.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
The bill has cleared both of the House and Senate. It now heads to the governor's office for his signature.